Let's address something most people sense, but never say out loud. You speak, but the room does not listen. You explain, but people interrupt. You make plans, but no one follows them. And slowly, without anyone announcing it, you realize something disturbing. They do not take you seriously. Not your ideas, not your boundaries, not your ambitions, and sometimes not even your presence. This is not because you are incapable. It is not because you lack intelligence. And it is definitely not because you are too nice, as people love to tell you. The real reason is far more uncomfortable. People do not take you seriously because your behavior has taught them not to. Today, we are going to dismantle the silent habits, psychological signals, and invisible patterns that quietly strip you of authority. And more importantly, how to reverse them. This is not motivational content. This is not confidence advice. This is a mirror. And some people will not like what they see. Part 1. You talk too much and say too little. The first reason people do not take you seriously is not what you say. It is how much you say. You over-explain. You justify yourself before anyone challenges you. You keep talking long after your point has already landed. And without realizing it, you send a dangerous signal. You communicate insecurity. In psychology, authority is associated with precision, not volume. People who are confident do not feel the need to convince everyone. They state. They pause. They let silence do the work. When you speak excessively, you subconsciously tell others that your words need reinforcement, that your position is fragile. Serious people speak as if their words are already sufficient. You do not need to dominate conversations. You need to end them deliberately. Silence is not awkward when it is controlled. It is uncomfortable only for those who lack confidence, and discomfort is often mistaken for power. Part 2. You are too available. Availability is not kindness. Unrestricted access is not generosity. When you are always reachable, always responsive, always accommodating, people stop respecting your time. Not because they are cruel, but because human psychology values what is scarce. If you reply instantly, cancel plans easily, adjust yourself endlessly, and never let others wait, you train them to believe your time has no cost. Serious people are not hard to reach because they are arrogant. They are hard to reach because their lives are structured. They do not revolve around reactions. They operate on priorities. When people know you will always be there, they stop valuing your presence. Distance is not disinterest. Distance is self-respect made visible. Part 3. You seek permission to exist. Look closely at how you speak. You say things like, "I was just thinking." This might sound stupid, but I don't know if this makes sense. You dilute your presence before anyone else has a chance to challenge it. This habit comes from fear. Fear of rejection, fear of being wrong, fear of being judged. But here is the truth. No one respects someone who asks for permission to speak their truth. Serious people do not pre-apologize for existing. They accept the risk of being misunderstood. They accept the possibility of conflict. Because confidence is not about being right. It is about being grounded enough to stand without approval. When you stop seeking validation, people either step up or step away. Both outcomes are progress. Part 4. You do not enforce consequences. Boundaries without consequences are suggestions. You say you dislike being disrespected. You say you value honesty. You say you will not tolerate certain behavior. But when those lines are crossed, nothing happens. You forgive. You rationalize. You stay. And people learn a dangerous lesson. Your words carry no weight. Serious people are not feared because they are aggressive. They are respected because their boundaries are real. When someone crosses a line, access is reduced. Energy is withdrawn. Behavior changes. Not dramatically, not emotionally, calmly. Consistency creates credibility. Part 5. Your body language betrays you. Before you speak, people read you. Your posture, your eye contact, your movements. If your body looks uncertain, your words will never feel solid. Slouched posture signals submission. Excessive nodding signals approval seeking. Avoiding eye contact signals self-doubt. Serious presence is quiet, stable, and minimal. You do not need to perform confidence. You need to remove nervous habits. Stillness communicates control. The less unnecessary movement you make, the more weight your presence carries. Part 6. You are too emotionally accessible. You explain how you feel too often. You vent without resolution. You reveal frustrations to people who have not earned that access. Emotional openness without discernment weakens authority. Not everyone deserves to know your inner world. Serious people are not emotionally cold. They are emotionally selective. They process privately. They speak when clarity has replaced chaos. Control over emotion is not suppression. It is discipline. And discipline commands respect. Part 7. You do not move with direction. People take seriously those who move with intent. If your actions change daily, if your goals shift constantly, if your identity feels undefined, others will mirror that uncertainty. Direction creates gravity. When your life has structure, people adjust their behavior around you. When you know where you are going, interruptions lose power. Clarity is intimidating. Indecision invites disrespect. Part 8. You care too much about being liked. This is the most dangerous reason of all. You prioritize comfort over truth, harmony over honesty, acceptance over self-respect, and people feel it. When being liked becomes your strategy, you sacrifice authority. Serious people accept that not everyone will like them. They choose alignment over approval. Respect is often built where likability ends. The shift: how to become unignorable. You do not demand respect. You become someone who no longer negotiates their worth. You speak less, but with intention. You stop explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. You withdraw from spaces that drain your presence. You allow silence to replace justification. And slowly, something changes. People listen. Interruptions decrease. Your words land heavier. Not because you became louder, but because you became solid. The final truth: people do not take you seriously because you have not taken yourself seriously. Not fully. Not consistently. The moment you do, the world responds. Not with applause, but with attention. And attention is power.